We gotta start Daredevil.
Okay. All right.
So you just watched the finale like last night.
Yeah.
I watched it when it came out because I'm a true fan.
Okay. Stop talking. We have the intro.
No, we don't. They know what they clicked on. It's gonna be giant. Don't get.
Okay,
roasted,
fine.
dude.
No intro. I'm your host, Josh Crow. This is Rob, co-host.
We've been doing this for years now. They should know.
Okay, we're starting with Daredevil.
I'm just
for
excited
pop culture.
because I think you have bad takes on everything.
I know you do.
So the sports one is more of
Glazing players.
informative
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And this is where we get mad at each other because
Absolutely.
I think we disagree on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it entertaining. So just finale talking, we'll talk about the whole show.
Okay.
How did you like the finale? Or do you want to rate it out of like 10?
Just the episode?
Just the episode and then we can do the whole show.
It was like 7. 7.6.
The finale?
7.6.
The finale?
Yeah.
Shoot, I've had a 9.
Really?
I've had a 9, yeah.
So
What's up?
one of my talking points for the entire series actually, is that the pacing felt odd, not at all like the Netflix show, and that the two separate big conversations being shown at once took me out of the severity of the conversation. So when
the
you
finale?
had, yeah,
Okay.
and the entire show as a whole, because it happened during the
They do that.
when they sat down at the
A
coffee
lot.
shop, him and Fisk, they had their talk, and it was interrupted by like someone else's talk as well, and they kept cutting back and forth.
I think they're trying to build suspension.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't.
That's what it felt like, though.
Like they were trying to do
yes.
that, but it doesn't feel like that to me.
I think the coffee
Like, I
shop
don't get
one, I
suspense.
agree with the coffee shop one, but the finale one was like Punisher in the chair and then also the Fisk one. Like those are going simultaneously.
I didn't
right?
feel any sort of tension there.
I did, kind of.
The Fisk one was awesome,
Yes.
but
Also,
it was
that
also just
insane.
like, it's just a speech rather than a conversation. The way he,
For
by the way,
which
if
one?
you don't want spoilers for Daredevil Born Again, I'll put a time on the screen right here actually to skip to, so you can just.
So we're doing non-spoiler right now.
No, this will be spoiler.
This is spoiler.
So I'm telling the audience
to skip.
to skip ahead if you
Okay.
don't want to get it spoiled. So skip to that time that I just put on the screen. All right. When Fisk killed Gallo.
Commissioner. He's like,
that
he
was
resigned.
Wild.
That was insane.
His jaw literally.
I watched a video on how they did it.
Uh-huh.
So cool. Awesome.
You gotta send me that. I want to see it.
I think it's on Disney probably.
Oh, okay. On Disney Plus.
Or just like on Instagram.
Okay.
So the only thing on episode 9, the reason why I gave it a 9, I think the issue is for me personally was at the back end the pacing was it was rushed. I think the finale was.
Yeah.
Everything before that was really good. The Punisher and Daredevil stuff was good. The Karen coming back. I know you don't like Karen. I was excited when Karen came back. I'm not a big Karen guy either, but I'm still like excited because she was part of the original cast.
Yeah,
I was
100%.
like so excited.
Yeah.
Also the avocados thing, awesome.
That was funny.
Awesome. I loved all of it up until Daredevil is up against the Rockies with Karen, and he's like, okay, when you come back with an army. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then I feel like after that, it was a little rushed.
Yeah.
Make it an hour and 10 minutes long. Why do they feel the needs like it's got to be less than an hour?
Right. Yeah.
I feel like every Disney show, they don't do that.
They're scared to go past an hour. It's 59 minutes.
There are thousands of people tuning in like me on Tuesday night to watch that. I'll stay up till 1 a.m. if you do it correctly.
Yeah.
100%.
I would do that if like Game of Thrones was still airing. If they stopped at season 5 when. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil Game of Thrones, even though it's been out for a while.
You can, because if they've not seen Game of Thrones by now.
Okay. Spoiler warning part 2. Skip to this part if you want to stop. If you don't want to hear about Game of Thrones, but you still want to hear about Daredevil.
It's like a minute long.
When at season 5, when Jon Snow died, if they would have stopped it there, and it would still be currently uploading, like if George R. R. Martin was more involved, and they would still be writing the show, I would also do it exactly what you're saying, because peak television up until then.
Exactly.
Your loyal fans will do the extreme if you make the product good.
Okay, so back to DD.
Yeah.
You give it a 7.
7.6.
7.6. Okay, that's a little better. Towards the 8. What else went wrong besides like the Russian issue at the very end of the episode?
This is more of a personal gripe.
Sure.
I don't really care for Vanessa's actress. I think she...
Oh, I like her in the show.
I don't know if it's just a language barrier thing.
Like
but,
her accent?
Yeah, but she almost feels like she's trying to act too hard.
Kind of like
Now,
Gal Gadot. Like her
Yeah,
accent kind
yeah.
of takes you out.
But she did do really good with like when her and Fisk were back together and they were like holding hands and having dinner together and like smiling. She proved that she's a very good actress.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that when she talks, it almost feels forced. But I feel like that's not really her issue. But it takes me out of the scene a little bit.
I disagree, but that's also like a personal thing for you.
Yeah.
I love Vanessa in this show because I think to me it's harder for Daredevil to take two Fisks down because at the very end they say the Fisks are working together. Right. It's no longer Fisk. And she has shown that she's able to keep this empire going when Fisk is gone, when Wilson's gone.
100%.
And I love that.
I like that too. So
she's also a freak.
She is. She's quick things.
A freak.
First, another thing that took me out of the episode. Yesterday, I woke up sucking on a lemon. That was a line that repeats like 4 times in Everything in Its Right Place by Radiohead, which they played during after they realized they needed a team. That was just funny. It was like it showed both Fisks walking towards the screen, and Yesterday I Woke Up Sucking on a Lemon came on. What? That was weird.
That's hilarious.
It was a good song and all, but like it was just funny. Anyway, second thing. Fisk arc was awesome.
Yes,
and
dude.
I loved seeing him lose himself and to start losing. Geez, I'm gonna restart. I liked seeing him lose himself, and he started to lose Vanessa as well, only to prove to not only her but everyone else that he was Kingpin all along. And I liked that she took over, that she orchestrated the whole Foggy hit. She was even gonna try to kill Fisk, I think. Before he proved that he still has it. Mm-hmm. I mean, she
thought
did
that
try
Wilson
to kill
was going to kill Vanessa.
Really?
I thought so.
I never came to that thought. I don't think his character, I don't think has it in him. Like
I guess you're right.
He has said multiple times that Vanessa is his only reason for existence. And I don't see someone who's that motivated by her to just eliminate her. Because then what?
Can we talk about how the thing that kind of really brought Vanessa back was when he brought her down to see Adam. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I can't look at him.
Yeah.
And he just like, he's kind of like crashing out a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, the episode was awesome because Daredevil was crashing out the entire time. I love it. When Daredevil can't like control himself, slams Bullseye's head on the counter.
Yeah.
He's just frustrated. When Buck comes and gives Heather the invitation, that scene was so good.
Yeah.
And Daredevil's just like, he's like, you can't go. Like, dude, when Matt's unsteady, it's so...
Another thing I wrote down, I put perfect casting for Daredevil, Fisk, and Poindexter. Those 3, I would cast them over and over and over again.
They are perfect.
For those
they
roles.
need to be in discussion with RDJ, Iron Man, Chris Evans, Captain America, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
Absolutely. Even
like,
the Spider-Man show, that new Spider-Man show, used Charlie Cox as the voice actor, too.
Have you seen that show?
I haven't.
Oh, you need to watch it. We need to talk about that.
Oh, so you do like it?
I do like the first 4 episodes really drag, but when Scorpion comes in...
Okay, cool. I like Scorpion. I'm a fan of Scorpion.
I like Scorpion, too, and they did him so good. Anyway, with the Vanessa thing, like, what brought her back was when she, like, the hands are bruised, and he's like, she basically knows that he beat the crap out of him. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, that turns me on. And then, like, she's like, yeah, Fisk is back. My hubby's back. And then shoots him.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she needed.
Because she, in the first few seasons, in, like, Netflix, she fell in love with him for exactly who he is.
Also, season 3, when Fisk shows her, like, the room with all the cameras, and she's like, we should kill...
Yeah.
What's his name?
Whoever.
I can't remember his name. He's the GOAT. You don't like him, though. The FBI agent. Nadeem. When she's like, yeah, you should kill him because he's a problem, right? And they're like, looking around, they're like, yeah, I guess.
Not that I don't like him. It's just that he was a coward for a while. Before he wasn't.
Who isn't when they're getting controlled by Fisk?
True.
Everyone is.
Because what's her name does it in this season. His, like...
I forget her name.
The girl who's always with Daniel.
She gave up Gallo.
Yeah, that girl.
She had a wire.
Yeah.
Do my jaw's on the floor when he was like listening to the tape and she's like on the other side of the wall, like
crying.
He's dead.
Yeah.
That made me really sad. Also, Daniel, I hated
Dude.
Daniel in the beginning. Do you like Daniel?
I do. I said I like Daniel as Mini Fisk.
Yes. In the beginning, I'm like, this guy is such a suck up. He's such a loser. But then, like, I grew more into liking him. I'm like, this guy's awesome. Like, having a guy like that under Fisk is, like, awesome.
It is. Because it's literally, if Fisk dies, Daniel takes right over.
He will do anything. He says, like,
He will.
I swear to you,
I will do anything, sir.
I'll do anything. I'm like, hey, stop the glaze.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's awesome. Also, I love Buck.
Yes. Buck is a good casting. He's kind of like
He's
Wesley,
like
but better.
Oh, really? Wesley's kind of the GOAT. Undisputed. I think
I
most people
like
would...
Buck better than Wesley.
Okay, no, listen. I like me some Buck, but Wesley's... I would go Wesley. I forgot the guy who was season 2. And then I'd go Wesley, Manning,
Nobody
Buck.
was in season 2.
Was it no one? I guess not, because he was in
'Cause he was
jail.
in- yeah,
he was in
he was
jail.
in prison.
Okay, then I go Wesley. I guess I might go Buck over Manning. I don't know. I liked Manning. Manning was season 3. He was like the British guy. Very well
Buck is
so.
British.
I don't know.
Okay, but one thing I want to note
Sure.
about Daniel, Fisk constantly throughout the season, you hear him, "Thank you, Buck." You always hear him say that, and that in the finale when Daniel was addressing like the I don't know,
congressman
senators
or something? I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
in New York, Buck told them that if they don't agree, that they'll be motivated to agree, and Daniel went, "Thank you, Buck," and I was like, dude, he's so just Mini Fisk. It's so cool.
I love it, dude.
It's good to see that.
It's almost as if also when he was standing up, he like was correcting like his belt, but it's almost as if like, is there a gun behind that
Right.
too? Kind of like I was like,
It's good to see that the conflict is back to Daredevil Fisk.
yes. I think we need to talk about one thing though, which I think we're gonna agree on. They messed up Muse. Muse was a disappointment.
Oh, the
Muse, the artist with the
artist
blood.
killer. Yeah, I agree.
He's so cool. Like, I don't read comics. If we went down in Greg's room right now, he has like 14 omnibuses of Daredevil. We're talking about like hundreds of volumes. Muse, I don't think lasts very long, is what Greg said. Muse doesn't last long in the comics, but he's still cool. Do you know his powers?
No.
So you know how Daredevil, like his whole thing is like he can sense, super hearing of everything. Like,
Yeah.
Muse, his powers is that he messes with Daredevil's senses to where like he can't sense Muse.
Ooh.
Imagine a villain that Daredevil can't sense.
Yeah.
You know how he has like those tunnels and stuff? How are
Yeah.
you supposed to find Muse in a sewage when you can't sense him?
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Kind of like the Yakuza, but like better.
But Muse is apparently casted for season 2. So maybe there's like a copycat Muse and he has the powers.
Oh, okay.
So I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
Because Muse is super cool. And they kind of...
I liked the kid that they got to play him.
Yes, he was good.
And I liked the psychotic breakdown with Heather in the...
I know what you're thinking, Dr. Glenn.
Yeah.
How fast can I make it to the door? And I'm like, ah!
That was cool. But I think they rushed that. And I
Yes.
think I already told you that they basically took Muse as a 2-episode villain as a means to put that conflict between Matt and Heather about vigilantes.
I also think true, and also we see the task like Fisk's his vigilante like takedown task force in operation. They don't even take out Muse, but they take the medal. They're like, we did it.
They made it look like Daredevil was not there.
And what's Matt supposed to say? No, I think Daredevil was there.
Yeah.
Why would you say that,
And
Matt?
Like, obviously Heather knows that Daredevil was there, but she doesn't know that Daredevil was there to save her.
She made me so mad when she's like, Matt was like, Daredevil saved you. She's like, I saved myself.
Yeah.
You were tied on a chair, getting your wrists cut open.
She's not wrong that because she shot him, she did save herself.
She
Because he was going to try to kill her.
She can't get there if she doesn't break through the window.
I agree.
So
But
she's dead either way without Daredevil.
I would say they both saved her. Like, both Matt saved her and so did Heather. She did save herself. Because Muse was going to
when
try
she
and kill her.
shot Muse, he was showing her no immediate danger. He was fighting Daredevil at that time. So her killing him isn't really saving her. Like, Daredevil would have taken him out.
Didn't he reach for something to kill her? To, like, throw at her?
He grabbed a knife and was charging at her, but that's when Daredevil had the grapple go through her shoulder and brought him back. And that's when she went to the table and, like, shot him. Like, he was fighting Daredevil.
Okay.
So she was knowing she didn't save herself. She didn't. That's just how it is. Okay. We're at 15 minutes. Do you want to talk about what the team's going to be? Daredevil season needs a team. And the team... Or what's up?
I wanted to note really quick.
Yes.
This is Disney trying to be edgy. F-bombs in every episode. Every episode. And sometimes more than one.
I think they're trying to show that they can beat Netflix.
That's what I think. I think they're trying to show everybody that has watched their previous stuff, as in like Phase 4 and onward, that has been accusing them of being too Disney-fied. Just like basically where every movie is Ant-Man.
I mean, that's true, though.
It is.
Every single one's...
I think what they're trying to do is show us too... Like, they're trying too hard to show us.
I will say some of the F-bombs are, like, perfect. When Bullseye gets his head smashed in, and first off, that scene is hilarious. When Matt hits the door, he starts banging his head on the table.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then he's like, thank you, counselor. He's like, F you.
Yeah. But whenever Matt decided to be Daredevil again, he just said F it.
That's true.
That was forced.
I also think, but it kind of fits because, like, this Disney version of Daredevil, you don't really get much Christian, Catholic theme with it.
That's true, but also the father's dead. Father Lantham?
That's true. I also think because he can't bring himself to come into a church. I think he's having that, like, spiritual warfare. Mm-hmm. He's praying. You saw him pray. He brought up God in the last episode. Like, he has hints of it still. But, like, he can't bring himself to a church. I think because his relationship with, like, God maybe is skewed a little bit. He's, like, kind of more free with his language.
Right. And so, to be fair, his relationship with Daredevil is skewed.
That is so interesting.
So maybe that's kind of a thing, is that he's not doing the Daredevil thing as much. He doesn't feel like he needs to go to church. His character might feel like he doesn't need to talk to anyone about it. Maybe that's why he went to Frank. I do think Frank was right.
Dude, Frank is
when he called him out
in this show, 10 out of 10. Every 100%. Scene with Punisher is perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
When Frank said, "Are you here?" or whenever he said, "I think you're here for permission," that was on the spot.
There's so much good. Did Foggy get life? I was like about to cry.
Yeah, that was tough. Also, whenever Karen left and was like whenever he turned back and he was like, "Hey, you asked me to do a favor and I did it."
Yeah,
that was cute. I like that that little moment. Also, are they a thing? Because Matt talked to her about it.
Yeah, he's like, I heard your heartbeat when you saw Punisher, and she's like,
okay. Also, while we're on Karen,
sure.
I actually liked Karen during the final episode.
Let's go. She's like matured, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I've been a really big hater on Karen for a long time.
I think if you were to rewatch Netflix, you would have a softer spot for her too. I think so.
Maybe, but even in that episode of season 3, where it was like all about her and her brother and stuff, I didn't care for it. I still didn't feel any empathy towards her.
You know what? You might be a bad person. You might be a bad person.
I am not.
She's clearly lost, strung up on like some drugs with this terrible boyfriend.
Sure. But she did everything in that scene. She did it to herself.
100%. Bad people make stupid decisions, but I also feel bad for him still.
I did not feel bad for her in that specific case.
Okay, that's
when
fine.
Her dad said, "I don't want you here anymore," he was right for that. I also have that I really liked Heather, but I hated to see her side with Fisk, and I'm starting to not like her.
I don't like Heather, but I like that I don't like her. I like the fact that like Fisk is another way to get to Matt.
Yes, that
is excellent.
That's what I do like that part, but I think at some point Matt is going to break it off because
I think she's gonna die.
Really, I think she's going to continue to be his head of mental health or whatever. But that's going to draw the rift between her and Matt, and he's just immediately going to be like, "I'm sorry, I can't do this."
He's gonna have an affair with Heather
with Karen.
With Karen.
Nah, I think.
You think he's gonna bring? Do you think Foggy's gonna come back?
No. Karen and Frank. I think Foggy could come back in a flashback, but I don't think he'll come back.
He could come back. 100%.
He could, but I don't
they want to do Daredevil for the next like 10 years. For a long time, they want to do Daredevil. There's no way they don't bring back the Han Solo and Chewie, the C-3PO and R2, the Matt and Foggy.
I will say that the law firm with him and what's her name?
I keep forgetting, but it's with Cherry.
Yeah.
And her. I should know her name.
I like Cherry, but I don't like her.
I don't like Cherry too much. Cherry's kind of a prick now. Cherry's like,
yeah, he kind of was.
Man, you think that going out and doing X, Y, and Z is gonna fix your broken life? I'm like, Cherry, shut up, man.
He's kind of like stick now. But I think Matt needs a guy like that. You know, it keeps him grounded.
I guess so. I don't really like Cherry.
really quick
I
before we
did
get to
like
the
him.
team.
Sure.
Favorite scene when Matt is getting beat up by the two corrupt cops and he says, "You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this."
Episode 2, like the end.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And then he just beats him up.
My favorite scene. I think my favorite scene. That was really good. Because the first episode, I was like kind of like scared.
Yeah.
Second episode, the entire thing, I was like, oh, might not be too great. And then the final scene of episode 2 was like, okay, this show has potential, and it did live up to the potential in my opinion. I think the best scene was Punisher and Matt, their first conversation with.
Whenever he brought the bullet.
Because he brings up, Punisher brings up how like he lost like his son, and every time he kills someone, he's like, "Get him, Dad." It was like really emotional.
That was cool.
That was really good. I also really liked the Hector Ayala.
I liked Hector.
All of that was really good.
Yeah.
His daughter's gonna be White Tiger. She's got to.
I think so. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Because she keeps saying that if nobody else is out there,
she needs to
making the change. Then she needs to. Absolutely.
I would love that. Okay, your team. What's the team gonna be? And before you say anything, I think the reason why you don't see any big names or anyone that you would know, it's just like Cherry, it's Josie, it's
Josie's not going to be a part of the team. Maybe they'll.
I think they want to set the groundwork of like, it's looking slim. It's not looking too great for the heroes. Okay. And Fisk has the city. He has the task
system.
Yeah, he literally has everything.
Yeah.
He has like he's building the port. It looks really really bad. I think that's why you don't see any of the heroes that we might bring up. So who do you want to see?
So, my thought about that final scene where whenever Matt was talking about his team, and he went to Josie's with them. I think what the purpose of that is that they wanted to show this is essentially going to become ground level Avengers. That it's going to be
awesome.
You're not going to see anyone like Spider-Man. You're not going to see anyone.
Spider-Man's a street level though, and he's only not in this because of Sony. But continue, because Sony's
that's
a prick.
The thing though. It's because the rights issue is there. Plus,
you know who else they have though? Don't I tell you my team before you look like a
Go ahead.
A goob.
Go ahead.
I wrote them down.
Okay.
Iron Fist, fix him.
Yep.
In his show, he's butt cheeks.
Yep.
Iron Fist can be cool. Give him the green and yellow.
Yeah.
Please. Danny Rad. Luke Cage.
Okay.
Jessica Jones.
Sure.
Moon Knight. I think he needs a costume change. However,
he would stick out like a sore thumb.
100%. He looks really cool when he's in Egypt.
Yeah.
I want him to be like more like. I think he would be cool though, Moon Knight, because he is a street hero in the comics. You know. Spider-Man. We're not gonna get Spider-Man, but I wrote him down just because. Like, who doesn't want a Daredevil Spider-Man team up? Open a comic book. Open a comic book. You'll see those two together.
Yep.
There's a comic run. Spider-Man becomes blind for I don't know why. Greg knows why. He's a nerd. Spider-Man becomes blind, and guess who helps him out? Who shows him the ropes?
Daredevil.
It's freaking sick, dude. Daredevil and Spider-Man are like the coolest team up you can do against Fisk. They're both a villain for both of them.
100%.
Sony's an idiot. They are. I don't hate. Strongly dislike Sony. Elektra, they could bring her back. I don't want them to, but
she's dead twice.
They can. I don't want them to, but they can if they wanted to.
Sure.
And then White Tiger, she's too young. I think she's too young. Yeah, but I think at some point.
I think they could make her like the Ahsoka. You know what I mean? Like she's essentially trying to learn from Matt, but she's also so like hot-headed that she goes and does stuff. She's gonna be the reason that like they get in trouble.
They get in trouble, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's my team. You don't have to have all of them. I think Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist would be cool. Defenders back together.
Yeah, I agree.
Do them right though.
Okay, I
Iron
agree.
Fist blows.
I think it'd be cool to have that group.
So what team did you have? Was it Cherry?
Okay, hold on. I'll tell you after a short break.
Okay.
Hey guys, Editor Josh here. If you're enjoying the podcast so far, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach 750 subscribers by the end of this season. So again, if you do enjoy it, please subscribe. Thanks. Back to the video. All right, my team. Obviously Daredevil. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say Cherry.
I forgot the big one.
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna say Cherry because he needs someone else to do detective work with him.
Miles Morales.
No, Miles won't be in it. I think Cherry is just the constant for him. If it's not Cherry, then I think they'll kill him off in the next season. But the girl cop.
Well, I can't remember their names, dude. It's probably like Vu. Is that like okay? I'm not trying to be racist, but is it like Vu or something?
No, it's I don't know. She had dialogue with on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, I actually liked that episode. I like her too.
That was a good episode. But she was like basically heading that. There she is.
Kim,
that's it. Detective Kim. So I think it'll be those 3.
Kirsten was the...
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
Yeah. She was the lawyer. Mm-hmm. But I think it'll be Kim, it'll be Cherry, and it'll be Matt. And then I think Punisher.
Yeah, Punisher was the one I missed.
Because did you see the after credit scene?
I did.
Okay, so yeah, he broke out.
Stupid. I love Punisher. I love the
I don't
finale.
like that he got captured.
You're telling me... I like that he got captured. I hate how he escaped. You're telling me... He's like, hey, man.
Yeah, no,
I'm from Jersey. Come check.
That was silly.
I'm not saying it anywhere near Punisher, bro. He's a freak.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But why would you shake his hand? You gotta be an idiot.
Also the guy was on the task force, right? So he idolized the Punisher.
I don't know. He looked like a normal cop because he didn't have the skull.
He did. He also kind of looked... He was nervous. He was
nervous, and he didn't have a skull on. It was just like a normal police uniform. So he might have just been sent down there.
Just to guard.
9 to 5.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel bad now. His arm, he got beat pretty bad.
His arm... Freaking completely the opposite way. Anyway, it's going to be Punisher, regardless of whether he wants to be on the team or not.
Karen's going to make him go.
Yeah. I think Jack will help, the swordsman.
That actually could be kind of cool. I do like Jack.
I think that because I would assume that Frank is going to break the rest of them out. If not all of them, as he's leaving, I think Frank and him will have dialogue.
He's
Frank
a lone wolf.
I think Jack will be like...
It would be cool if he doesn't. Like, he just walks past him. He's like, yo, let me out. He's like, nah, man, I do my own thing. And then later on, they meet up. He's like, you know, you left me in the cage?
Yeah,
like,
that would be cool.
Nice little...
And then I think there's potential to bring back the Defenders crew. But
that's what I want. That's what I need.
And I can't remember if I saw this or not, but I remember watching some video that said that they want to bring back the original Defenders cast. It's like everyone who played Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones. I'm just not sure how realistic it'll be for those actors, if they would want to or not. So I
think Jessica Jones would be down. I should know her name. I think she's...
The one from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. What's her name? You saw it more recently than I have.
I don't remember her name, though. Anyway, I just don't know if they would all want to come back and reprise those roles. So I don't have them included in the team.
I would be fine with the recasting.
I think I would be okay. You know they recast him as a kid.
Who? Matt. Oh, yeah. I could 100% tell.
Yeah.
Because the old guy, like a smaller, like, here.
Yeah. And he had glasses.
When he was blind.
Yeah, but the other kid didn't. Anyway, okay, who do I have? I have Cherry, Daredevil, Kim.
Daredevil's going to be a team?
Obviously, Punisher. And then, honestly, if I had to guess, there might be one more, but probably White Tiger. I would say...
I think I went more of a wish list than reality.
I think so, too.
Moon Knight could be cool.
So, another thing that I had an idea of during that final episode, whenever they showed Poindexter going back to his apartment or whatever, I think they almost framed it as Poindexter could help Matt.
I think... I actually kind of agree. I think that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Like a new beginning.
Yeah.
It cannot be like that. I'm telling you right now, it cannot be like that.
I agree.
Bullseye needs to be a thorn in Daredevil's side until he freaking dies.
But he is a thorn in his side if he tries to kill Fisk. Because Matt doesn't want him to die.
The sanctity of life is why he jumped in front. Because even though he hates Fisk, like he can't... Daredevil got really mad when a random dude got shot in the head by a Punisher. He's like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, you're a big hero now, right? Does that guy matter?
Yeah.
He's like, shoves him. Excellent. But yeah, maybe he's gonna be after Daredevil more because he stops him from killing Fisk. He's like, I gotta go through you first because you're gonna be a jerk about it.
Yeah.
I want Bullseye to be like the Joker.
Yeah.
Also, the scene where Vanessa takes his pills away when he's like barely conscious and signing, I felt so bad for him.
I did too, because he was obviously trying to be better.
Abused, yeah.
And he was taking those pills so he could be better.
season 3, he's like an FBI. Like he turns life around. He has a North Star, which he's stalking Julie, but at least he's like not
Creepy.
killing people.
Yeah.
But long story short, is there anything else you want to talk about before we move on? I think we're 30 minutes in or something with just Daredevil, which
Yeah, we are about
which
that.
is excellent. I love Daredevil, but
I think
give
I
your final
covered
rating of
everything.
the show overall. I think
Just that series?
the series. I think it's an 8.5. It's not as good as the Netflix, but I still really enjoyed it more than any other like Marvel show, by far.
Oh, okay. I would give it. I'd probably give it the same rating I gave the finale, 7.6.
Okay, you know that's good because I thought you were gonna go lower. I thought you were gonna go like 6. You almost hit.
It was
8.
better than season 2 of Daredevil, in my opinion.
There's some really good scenes.
There are some good scenes in that, but actually, you know
The
what? Season
first
2
5
wasn't honestly it.
The first 5 episodes are really good, and the hand's all right, but you still get some good puncher stuff.
Yeah,
So it's
and also like the first half of season 3, in my opinion, is slow. But
for me personally,
it's a slow
not.
burn. It is good when it all comes together.
But also the thing that I love about season 3 is kind of it. It's like the classic hero. Matt almost killed himself when he first went out, and he wanted like, those people who were carjacking to kill him, like stuff like that. Like he's battling like, do I want to be alive? I'm stuck in a church and God's not with me, and all this stuff is so good.
Yeah.
Like I don't need there to be like a bunch of fights and stuff. Also, the prison break is in episode 4.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes.
That one's good.
One of my favorite
That's
scenes
good.
ever. Like the one shot. It's like a 15-minute one shot of him. Like
Yeah.
so good. Anyway, okay.
That was an insane scene.
One of my favorite. That scene in the Punisher scene in the prison lives rent free in my brain.
Those
dude.
are great scenes. Yeah.
Excellent. Season 1 is a really good one shot. He
Yeah.
throws a microwave at someone. Did you not know that?
I did not know that.
We'll show you the scene. It's gonna take too long if I pull it
All
up. But
What are we moving on to? Blind rankings?
we could do blind rankings now.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to. Okay, we gotta explain this first.
Okay, sure.
I suck at explaining things, but they'll get the gist
Yeah.
as we go. So we're gonna have this segment every so often. Even like the sports episodes, we'll probably have it too, just because it's fun. But we're gonna do a top 5. I'm gonna give Josh blind things. It could be over any topic. You'll see today's topic, but we have to agree on 3 of them. So I already have my list. I'm gonna give you the same people, and you can put them wherever you want.
Okay.
But then
before we
have
move
to,
on, we have to agree.
We have to agree.
Okay.
Or actually, I'm just going to ask you the topic, and I want to see if you can
Okay, sure.
get the same 5.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. So this top 5 is top 5 all-time villains. It can be animated, it can be live action, it can be whatever.
Okay.
So give me your top 5 then.
All right. Darth Vader has to be in it.
Okay.
Oh man.
It's tough.
It
But
is
there's-
tough. All time
if you
Joker
want-
has to be in.
If you want, you can pull up all-time villains and just like look through a list.
Okay, sure.
If you need to.
Sure. I think Joker and Darth Vader are a lock.
Okay, I agree. I have those as well, but I'm going to save the other 3 because the other 3 might be...
Okay. Oh, I'm not putting Voldemort in there. There's no shot. I also haven't seen all of Harry Potter, so that
I haven't
might be
seen the
on me.
last one yet. I haven't seen part 2.
Okay, Deathly Hallows Part 2. Why is Kylo Ren on this Google list? That's terrible. Scar. Ooh, Thanos. You know what? I'm putting Thanos on top 3.
Okay.
Calvin Candy is in there. That's funny. Terminator.
W villain. Have you seen the first Terminator?
I don't think I've seen any of them. Gus Fring. Would you consider Gus villain?
100%.
AFI's 100 Years, 100 Heroes and Villains.
Do you want me to give you just a bunch of names?
Yeah.
Okay, so Darth Vader, Joker, Thanos, Magneto, Hans Landa, Megatron, Shredder, Scar, Voldemort, Hannibal Lecter, Green Goblin, Sauron, Palpatine.
Oh, so we were... Okay.
Like any kind of villain.
Yeah.
Like Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Or
Kilgrave.
Kilgrave is so underrated, but
I haven't seen
he did not
Jessica
make
Jones. Shoot. You said someone I thought of.
Reverse Flash is cool, but definitely not. Think about like classic ones like Megatron and like
Megatron.
Shredder.
That's who I was going to
Scar.
put. So
Megatron?
I would put
Okay.
Megatron in top 5. And
You have one more.
Yeah.
So you have Vader, Joker, Thanos, Megatron. I don't like. I mean, I like Candy. Candy's a great villain. You've seen Django Unchained, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I wouldn't say that that's like
He's excellent, but yeah,
stories.
not top 5.
Yeah. I would imagine I would put like in my top 5, they have to be villains for multiple films to be in the top 5.
Oh shoot, really? I have one that's only in one film. My other ones are in multiple.
Or at least multiple forms of the same story, if that makes sense.
I'm kind of biased because I love this actor.
Okay.
You need one more.
I know. So, okay, what do I have? I have Thanos.
Okay, you have
Darth
Vader,
Vader,
Joker, Thanos, Megatron. Which Megatron's valid, I think.
Catwoman's number 10 on this list? No shot.
She's an anti-villain now.
Yeah. Gus is pretty freaking good.
Joffrey would be hilarious.
Would you consider the Godfather a villain?
That's tough because what he does is illegal, right? And he kills. I don't know. It's organized crime, so it's still bad.
He's technically framed as the hero of his own story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I think you have to as an everyday man. He's a villain unless you're in his family or you work for him.
Yeah.
So you can do the Godfather.
I think I'd put Godfather up there. If we're considering him.
Okay.
But if we're not considering him villain, then
okay. So I think we're gonna agree on 3 of them because I have 3 of them. But then I want to share the 2 I don't have with you. So I have number 1 Vader, Joker number 2, number 3 is Thanos, number 4 I have Magneto.
I was gonna probably say Magneto or Galactus.
Well, Galactus is just like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat your planet. He has
that's true.
Nothing interesting about him. Magneto is so... Why am I burping so much? Magneto is so, like, complex. With, like... You've seen X-Men 97, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's so good in that. Because he's so complex in the sense of, like... He wants to do what's best for his people, the mutants. Yeah. But he also has to live with a society, the humans, who wants to exterminate them. Yeah. Just, like, genocide. And, obviously, Xavier is like, hey, we can learn to live... Coexist. Yeah. We can live together. We can be a big, happy family. The world doesn't see it that way. And Magneto does the hard choice and be like, you know what? If they're going to genocide, exterminate us, we got to wipe them out. It's like Thanos. You can understand it's not right. But
you can sympathize with them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's why I have Magneto as number 4. Also, no matter who plays him is great. Who's the young guy who plays him? I forget.
Michael Fassbender.
Yes, he's great. And then... I had his name.
Ian McKellen.
Yes, Ian. Also, he's back for Endgame, but he's so old. That. He's so old.
I know he is. He retired.
Yes.
So did...
But I'm so happy he's back as Magneto. I do like... I don't know. They're both great as Magneto. I have him as 4.
Did you know he's gay?
McKellen?
Yeah.
I did not.
So is the original...
Dude, look how old he is.
He's 85? He's looking pretty bad. So is the guy who played... Professor X.
Oh, what's his name?
We're going to find out. Patrick Stewart.
Yes. Yeah,
they're gay. Not together, but...
They're not together?
Yeah.
And
they're also both knighted.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have to do to be knighted? You have to be British, right?
Yeah.
To be a Brit.
I think Patrick Stewart's gay.
You have to eat beans on toast. I think that's...
Is Patrick Stewart gay? They're kissing.
Why do you say it like that?
All right. Oh, he's not gay. Sorry. Patrick Stewart is apparently not.
And then there's a Reddit post. All right, cool. So my number 5...
It says, wasn't Patrick Stewart gay?
my number 5 was Hans Landa.
From?
Inglourious Bastards. The Jew Hunter.
Oh, shoot.
So good. Christopher Waltz is amazing. I love Christopher
him.
Waltz. He's so good, dude. Every time I watch that movie, it's just like...
That's pretty
excellent.
Good. That's pretty good. I would agree with him being up there.
Shredder was close, because Shredder's so cool.
Shredder's
close.
I thought about him too.
Megatron, he's cool as well, but like none of these guys beat the 5 I have.
Mm.
We don't have to fight today because we have the same 3: Vader, Joker, Thanos. Maybe I'm gonna make it 4 next time, and we have to. Would you agree that Magneto would be top 5? Would you switch out?
Yeah, I could switch out Megatron from Magneto. Yeah,
I think we would agree with most villains
because you can be more sympathetic towards Magneto than you can.
I also like Scar. Scar is an excellent villain. I like Scar.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put him in my top 5 though.
What about the evil guy from Cars 2?
I haven't seen Cars 2. I've not seen the second or third one, or Planes.
I've never seen Planes either. They're coming out with trains.
What?
No, they're not. Hannibal Lecter was up there. Green Goblin, I really want to put Green Goblin, but I felt like I had too many superheroes.
Yeah, but like, superheroes make the best villains.
A Jew hunter? That's real life.
That's true.
So that's kind of scary.
Can we put Hitler in there?
Let's put Mussolini, Stalin. All right. Voldemort, I had an honorable mention. Voldemort got taken out by high school, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, like, me personally, I don't find Harry Potter too interesting.
I don't either. I love the idea of wizards and spells and junk, but I've seen the first 2 movies and I wasn't captured by it.
I also can't stand how much of a pick-me Harry Potter is.
Yeah.
Someone else will be like, recognized for something. He's like, he falls to the ground and everyone's gonna be like, Potter, what's wrong, Potter? I'm like, bro, this scene's not about you, bro.
I will say that Saruman, top 10. Saruman is the Count Dooku.
Yes.
Because he was originally a good wizard with Gandalf. The 2 of them were like
the white,
buddies.
and then you have the gray.
Yeah. And he got tempted by Sauron under Gandalf's nose. Like, Gandalf didn't know anything was going on. So that's why whenever they first meet each other in Lord of the Rings, not meet each other, but whenever they first see each other in Lord of the Rings, and
is that
Saruman
the 2 towers when they first?
No, it's not the 2 towers. It's in Lord of the Rings, the first one.
Oh, it's in the first one? Shoot, I've not seen them in so long.
So whenever he's, maybe it is 2 towers. I don't know, but whenever he does get captured by Saruman, it's a shock to him.
Mm-hmm. No, he's definitely like top 10 for sure.
Yeah, it might be 2 towers because I think that is the one where they have.
That's
the
what the
Helm's
trees. The trees be like. I'm gonna tree
the
now.
Ents. Yeah.
The Ents.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch them. 100%. What do you got? Because I already did.
Well, so I kind of thought blind rankings in top 5 were gonna be different.
Well, originally I was gonna do like so I was gonna do this is for next week.
Okay.
I was gonna give you a Steven Spielberg movie, and you have to blind rank them.
Oh.
Because there's some hits, huge hits like E.T., Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
You also have some misses like Ready Player One.
I haven't seen Ready Player One.
Well, I guess you have to put that at 5 or something. But that's what it would essentially be.
Okay.
But this one I want to do villains because it just came to my mind. I'm like, oh, villains are cool.
Didn't Steven Spielberg direct Indiana Jones?
Raiders of the Lost Ark, the best movie ever.
Is it smelly? You put your shirt up.
No, that just caught me off guard. You look like a frog.
Probably sound like one too.
Okay. What else?
I have music review.
Because we were supposed to do the Minecraft, but I'm watching it
Correct.
Tuesday.
Yeah, so Mr. Rob hasn't seen Minecraft. By the time this comes out, he'll have seen it. But we're recording on Saturday. It'll come out Thursday, so he has not seen the Minecraft movie yet. I have music review if you want to do it. You haven't listened to the album.
No, you just yap and I'll listen with the people watching.
Okay. Break time. We'll be back.
Hey guys, just want to take a second and remind you about our goal. Our goal is to hit 750 subscribers by the end of the season. The season's going to end May 22nd. So if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and leave a like as well. So let's get back to the video.
Time for music review. Here we go. Okay. So you know Joe, right? Joe Keery?
Yeah, I know JoJo.
Okay, so his artist name is DJO, pronounced Joe. So anytime I say, have you listened to Joe? People think I'm trying to get him with a Joe Mama joke.
The D is silent.
Correct. D is silent. Whenever he went on Jimmy Fallon, he gave Jimmy a shirt that says D Jimmy.
That's actually kind of good.
It is kind of good. Anyway, Joe just came out with his third studio album called The Crux. The genre on Google is considered as psychedelic rock, indie pop, and synth pop.
What does that even mean?
So
Give me like another artist that I would know that
The
would fit.
the comparison for his first 2 albums, at least, in my opinion, would be Tame Impala. His newest album, The Crux, I have a crazy comparison for you. Do you know Dayglow? He made Junior Varsity. He made a Minecraft song for the Minecraft movie.
Sure.
Okay. It's kind of like a combination of Dayglow and the Beatles. There's a lot of inspiration in this album.
I need somebody.
There's a lot of inspiration from the Beatles, from Elton John.
Dayglow?
Dayglow, yeah. And from Queen. There's actually a direct Queen there's a direct Queen reference in one of his songs.
Delagna.
That is not Dayglow. Dayglow is... His name is Sloan.
Sloan?
Yeah,
Like
he
Post
does...
Sloan?
Here he is, Dayglow.
Oh, I feel like I've seen that guy before.
He did Junior Varsity. He did...
I don't know Junior Varsity.
Can I Call You Tonight? You might know that song. I may have shown you that. What?
Can you sing it?
Nope. Anyway, basically what I'm going to do is go through each song, quickly rank them, and then give my final ranking.
Those are higher than Daredevil scores.
They are. Some of them are. But like I said, Google has him pinged as a psychedelic rock, indie pop, and synth pop guy. That's 100% what his last two albums were. Decide, which was his second album, one of my favorite albums of all time. And then 2020 was his first album. That came out like shortly after Stranger Things. By the way, Joe Keery's in Stranger Things. He's Steve Harrington. Mm-hmm. That's where you'll know him from. That album is also really good, but not as good as Decide, in my opinion. So, when I first listened to this, I didn't really care for it. I didn't care for it until I listened to it with lyrics. I read the lyrics along while I listened to it, and it made me appreciate the songs a lot more. And now the more I'm listening to it, the more I like it.
You're a good man, because when I listen to something for the first time I don't like it, I will never revisit it.
See, the only
100%.
reason I did...
Because you like Joe.
Because I love Joe. He's one of my top artists. One of my favorite artists
ever. Would you kiss Joe?
I would kiss him.
On the cheek?
On the lips. If he presented the opportunity, I would kiss Joe Keery on the lips.
Would you frame it? Be honest.
Probably.
Oh, shoot. Signed?
Sign it and frame it. Put it on my wall, yeah. I'd probably put it above my bed. No, I wouldn't do that. That's crazy. Anyway, The Crux starts off with a song called "Lonesome Is a State of Mind." Good little intro. It's not as sad as you think it is. I have banger outro, enjoyable song. Really good outro on this song. The beginning is okay. It's an alright start to the album. I have it pinged as a 7 out of 10. It's like a solid Joe song. Then we get into Basic Being Basic. This is the first 10 out of 10 of the album.
That sounds like a Taylor Swift title song.
Yeah, it could definitely be a Taylor Swift album song, but I love this song. This was the first single that he released from the album. It was immediately like similar enough to his old stuff, but also kind of that new sound that I was like, okay, it's still Joe. It's still fun. And then the more I listened to it before the rest of the album came out, I fell in love with it. It's super catchy. I have it's a slight on a relationship that he previously had, and it's also a slight on society as a whole. Like I said, is very close to his previous sound. I think this song captures his previous albums better than any other song in this album. And also it's in Fortnite. It's in Festival.
Oh, already? When was this album dropped?
So the album was dropped like 2 Fridays ago, but
And it's in Fortnite already.
This song was dropped like a month or 2 ago.
Oh, that's right. You said it was before the...
Yeah.
So
this is the first single that he released from it.
For me, a comparison would be like Shy Away.
Yeah.
That song was a banger.
Yeah.
And then... So, okay, that's the best song of the album, right? That you would say so?
Well...
So after you listen to that before the album comes out, and you listen to the album, are you disappointed more in the other songs because the song, which was your favorite, was released earlier, and you kind of had the expectation of it being like that, and then it wasn't. Not saying the other songs are bad, but
yeah,
it's just
I see what you're saying, and I sort of was, because there's really only 2 songs like stuck out to me the first time I listened, and we'll get to them later, but none of them stuck out to me upon the first listen like Basic Being Basic did. And that did kind of hurt my view on the album at first until I listened with lyrics. But I have that as a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
First
awesome.
one. Moving on, we have Link. This is I have it at a 6 out of 10.
Zelda reference?
No. More about a link in the chain is what he's talking about. Not a very good intro. It's kind of weird. The rest of the song is pretty fun. He does go from saying you're the link in the chain to you're the break in the chain. So it's obviously something has gone wrong about this relationship he's talking about. And he's like working through it in this song. And I don't know, it's just an okay song, in my opinion. It's probably...
Is this song or The Chain by Fleetwood Mac better?
The Chain by Fleetwood Mac is so much better.
Yeah. I imagine. But...
Moving past Link,
all right.
We have Potion. At first, I didn't really care for this one either. But the more I listened to it and actually understood the lyrics, I love it. 8 out of 10 for this song. The Jimmy Kimmel live performance changed my life.
Okay, I've read that, and I feel like you say it a lot about music changing your life. One time on your story, you said, this album changed my life, and I was crying.
Yeah, Lizzie McAlpine.
Maybe I'm an idiot, or I'm soulless, but I've never listened to, like, an album that, like, changed my life.
Well...
Like, I love music, but, like, I've never listened to, like...
But I'm also, like... I was a band kid. You quit.
I was still band 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Okay, but I was a band kid throughout high school, and that very much defines who you are in high school.
I guess so, yeah.
And
you're a loser.
Correct, but I was a drummer, so I was cool. I was a cool loser.
Trumpets are cool.
Trumpets are not cool.
Okay, back to your thing.
Before I get mad. Anyway, like I said, the live performance was awesome. It's not. I think the live performance was actually better than the studio produced version. Mm-hmm. It's more raw, especially from his vocals. But the journey that he takes you out through this song is really good. It's basically he's looking for like that sort of unconditional love, and he's at this point in his life he's feeling like he's going to search for the rest of his life to find that unconditional love. Really good. It's a little bit more of a sad song, but it's still like it's upbeat. The beat is like it is very upbeat and still kind of you're not depressed when you're listening to it, basically. This next song, though, it is depressing. It's called Delete Ya.
Delete Ya.
Delete Ya. Not you, Delete Ya. It still has kind of a upbeat tempo and like melody. What I really love about this song is that it's a callback to Chateau, which is one of his songs from his first album, 2020. And Chateau is probably my favorite song. I think you know that song. Chateau is probably my favorite song from that album.
I did listen to that album.
Okay. Mortal Projection is good. But Chateau is probably the best song from the first album. And this is essentially about a relationship that destroyed him. And one of the sound bites that he uses near the end of this song is the opening sound bite in Chateau.
Oh.
Yeah, so I really like the callback there. I have this as an 8 out of 10 as well. It's a little bit more sad than Potion. Probably one of the saddest songs on the album. But it's really good. I'm a sucker for a sad song, if done right. And I think this one was done really well.
That's good.
Put it in perspective. The last 4 days that I worked, a different song from this album was stuck in my head.
4 different songs?
4 different songs.
Sheesh.
The first one was Potion because I saw the live performance.
Okay.
The next day was Delete Ya. Then it was Lonesome as a State of Mind. And then it was One We'll Get To Later.
Golden Line?
Not Golden Line. Dang it. Actually, Golden Line was stuck in my head a little bit during Lent last night. But it wasn't Golden Line for the rest of the day. Anyway, moving on to Egg. I have it at a 7 out of 10. The intro for this song is really weird. It's just himself, and I don't even know if it's synth, if it's piano. I'm not sure what the instrument is, but it's like just his voice and whatever instrument for the first minute maybe, and then the rest of the song gets really, really good.
I haven't muted so I don't get copyright.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
It becomes kind of an existential view of his own person. A lot of his stuff deals with society and also how he struggles being famous.
Dude, that
That's a crazy. That's just the whole video. It's wild. I don't know what that.
I can never imagine what it's like to be famous.
Yeah, that's kind of what he struggles with, because he struggles with like trying to be famous while also trying to stay true to himself. So the part where it gets good is the bridge, and the bridge is a very extended bridge. It's like super long, and it actually, I'm pretty sure the bridge like ends the song. And one of the lyrics that stood out to me is, "Can one be great? Can one be kind when history shows they're not intertwined? So what will you choose, your heart or your pride? Could you really be so self-satisfied?" And I think, because another part in the song, he says, I'm stepping out of my skin, saw myself from the view of the world. So
You don't want to know what just popped in my head when you said that.
stepping out of my skin?
Do you know the Lightning McQueen video where it's like, what? You don't like your skin? Take off your skin.
No. Did he say that in the movie?
No, it's...
Oh.
I'll show you after this, but it's
Okay.
funny. That's just... Keep going.
Hopefully the viewers know.
It's not important.
I'll put it in the
Some of
video.
them will, I bet. It's
I'll put it in.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, love the ending and the bridge of that song. But like I said, the intro is really weird. Moving on to Fly, 9 out of 10. This one's so close to being perfect. This one is where he's accepting that he needs to move on from the girl that he was talking about earlier in the album. Really strong melody. The bass line in the song, I love a good bass line that like drives the song.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like a lot of Billie Eilish songs, and that's why I like this song. Also, maybe a nod to seasonal depression. I think he's depressed in winter because he says, "When will spring again? When will spring again? When will spring come again?" And he's like,
Have you listened to the album? I forgot his name. It was like Noah...
Noah Khan?
Yeah.
I don't like Noah Khan. That's a hot take.
Continue.
I don't enjoy his music.
You don't like Stick Season?
No,
Or
not
like-
that there's not a song out there that I would like. Am I saying that right?
Wait, what did you say? I wasn't listening.
Not that there isn't a song out there that I would like. I think there will be a Noah Khan song that I eventually like, but I don't like any of them that I've listened to.
Do you like False Confidence?
I don't know if I know that one.
Northern Attitude's really good too. But anyway,
You should send them to me so I can listen
I will.
and give a review next week. Anyway, 9 out of 10 on Fly. Really good stuff. Moving on is the next perfect song on the album, Charlie's Garden. So you've seen Stranger Things, yeah?
Yes.
You know Jonathan.
Yes.
Charlie Heaton is who plays Jonathan, right?
Okay.
This is about Charlie Heaton.
Were they like close buddies or something?
They're buddies.
Buddy?
They're buddies, all right. Like, they're besties.
Jonathan was really good in the first season.
You don't like him in the rest?
I'm not gonna lie, Stranger Things kind of lost me. Like season 1 was
Season 4,
fantastic.
Jonathan is like...
2 was alright. 3 I liked. 4 was like...
4 was okay.
Can you end it?
Yeah.
I don't like bringing back Hopper, but that's a whole thing.
Yeah. I love the scene where Max almost dies, and then whenever she like wakes up, she's like, I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
There's a lot of good stuff. I can talk about Stranger Things for a while because I think they kind of, if they would have kept like the mystery aspect of like season 1, dude, that season 1 was peak.
Yeah.
So excellent. But anyway,
It kind of leveled up in season 4.
What's his name again? What's like the actor's name?
Charlie Heaton.
Charlie Heaton.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe he's British, but him and Natalia Dyer, the girl who plays what's her name, they're married or they're
Really?
engaged.
What?
Yeah. They've been dating since like the beginning of Stranger Things.
Gotcha. Just keep chatting it up and I'll
Yeah.
listen.
So, like I said, it's about Charlie Heaton. It's one of the shortest songs on the album. It might be the shortest. My favorite line from this song is
with Natalie Dyer.
Yep. The very second line, Joe says, "What to do? Take a cup, drink the sleepy away." I love that line. It's just
What does it take the
the cup, drink the sleepy away. And then he talks about their dog. Him and Charlie and Natalia's dog. Anyway, really fun, cute song.
Wait. Let's just think about this for a second. Charlie and Natalie are together in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And then Steve, Joe, his, like in the show, they have a relationship, kind
Correct.
of. That's awkward. Well, I guess they're professionals. It's their profession. But
Well,
you
they
think that's
also
not-
have a relationship in the show.
Yeah, but isn't she like with Steve right now, though, kind of? Or like,
No, it's just that Steve was more.
No, Steve was first season.
Yeah, Steve was season 1, and then she
right.
starts dating Jonathan, and then Jonathan and Will move to California, and so they're still together, but they're like struggling because of the distance, you know.
Yeah,
and then it's like
now,
people think that that her and Steve are gonna get back together because Steve was still in Hawkins whenever everything happened, and like they went to the Upside Down again together.
Whoops, it happens.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from Charlie's Garden, like I said, that was a 10 out of 10. I would probably, I don't know if I could say Basic Mean Basic or Charlie's Garden is better than one another. I think they're pretty even. Moving on is my least favorite song on the album, Gap Tooth Smile. It's a cute song. It's about the new girl that he likes and that he'd like do anything for her. And the bridge is so wild because he says how many times, and then he counts from 1 to 29.
In the song?
In the song.
Heck
It's
no.
on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 29. It's really odd. I'm
telling you right now, I would hate that. That's like...
It catches you off guard.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Anyway, I have that at a 5 out of 10. Let's move on from Gatsby's Smile. Golden Line. This is another 10 out of 10. I would say that the other two 10 out of 10s are slightly better than this one, but this is still perfect. It's a love letter to someone, I believe the girl who has the Gap Tooth Smile. And
so she has a gap in real life. And he made a song about it.
Is what I would guess, yeah. I wouldn't think that he would just like, I'm going to make up a girl that I like.
What if she's insecure about that and she's like, wow, I got a song
She 100% could be.
I got a song about my gap.
Yeah.
She cries every night. And not only that, but it's a bad song. She's like,
well, in my opinion.
1, 2, 3, 4. She's like,
okay, yeah. She probably hates it. Hey, you know this really cute song that you made for me? I hate it.
So you have so many songs about your ex and how this girl, blah, blah, blah. And then the one you have about me, it's about my gap tooth.
Yeah. No, it could be
funny.
fake, though. It could be fictional. I don't know. Anyway.
I sure hope so.
This one's a better song. If this song is also to her, it's a much better song. Mm-hmm. He's saying that you are the golden line that I try to live up to. So he's basically saying that this person is so much better than him, he tries to be like them.
Okay.
It could be about his sisters, but it could also be about the girl. Could be about Charlie.
Oh.
Who knows? Anyway, the other notes that I have, Wiro. Do you know what a Wiro is?
Is that like some Greek thing? I'm talking about a euro. Or no, that's a currency.
It's not a food item. It's a little instrument that you put your fingers in like this.
Chinese finger
it
trap.
looks like a fish.
What? Wait,
and
shut up.
It's like ribbed.
Wait, how do you spell it?
Guiro.
Wait,
and
what?
you get a little stick.
G-U-I.
G-U-I. Not R.
G-U-I-R-O.
R-O.
Okay, have you seen Puss
there
in,
it is.
Have you seen Puss in Boots?
Yeah.
You know when he first walks into like that like bar looking thing and one of the fish is like a giant fish and he's like,
yeah.
That's what I thought of when you said fish.
Okay, that's, yeah.
This thing? That's a fish.
Yeah, there's more of them there you go. That one. Bottom left. Yeah,
I see.
that looks like a fish. So you
like
put
a
your
fish.
fingers right there, right?
Like you stick it like that?
No, like this. You hold it like this.
Oh.
It's like this, right?
Sure.
And then you take the stick and you just so you can like you scrape it to get one sound and then you can tap it to get another sound.
You know what that reminds me of? You know like those like frogs? And you have like the stick in their mouth,
no,
and
it's exactly that. It's
like,
exactly that. Yeah,
It makes
but it's just the frog is like for a child.
This looks like some indigenous tribe.
Indigenous?
Yeah, sure. What am I saying? Is that racist?
No, you just don't know what the word is.
No, I'm saying like comparing to like their.
Oh no, because I think that capitalism 100% marketed like that, and it probably originated from that anyway.
$24.
Yeah, let's get one.
So he has that in the song?
Yeah, it's in the song, and I love the part that it's in. It's so good. Like it's a slow one too. It's like a whoop, bop, bop, whoop. It's really good. Anyway, the violin and the choir as well comes in near the end of the song. Dude, bro pulled up the freaking frog.
It was on the very top.
That's so funny.
Anyway, continue.
Anyway, love this song. Very strong. 10 out of 10. Moving on to Back on You. It's pretty good. 7 out of 10 I have for this one. He starts with the Brooklyn Youth Choir singing the intro, which is really cool. Because he made the album in New York. He lives in New York now. Mm-hmm. And he got a local children's group to do an intro for his song. So I really like that. Instead of just getting like, he could have gotten a local choir, but instead he got like the children's group,
That's
which I
sick.
think is cool. Because then whenever those kids grow up, they can be like, yeah, I was into the song. Anyway, another thing he does for this one is that his sisters.
Well, they could still say that.
They could still do that, yeah. His sisters are in the chorus with him. And
He has sisters?
he has 3 sisters, yeah. And the first line that he sings is about how his sisters are so awesome and that they make him a better man. It's really good. It's basically just an appreciation song for like everybody in his life. Good stuff.
Chat, is that cringe?
It's kind of cringe, but it's also cute. And then finally, the final song is it's called Crux. I have a 7 out of 10 on this one. Nothing wrong with the song, but it just doesn't speak to me like the others do. It's a cute ending, but I think that there could have been other songs that would have ended this album better. So overall,
Like Gap Tooth Smile.
no. I have an 8 out of 10 for the overall album. It's different from 2020 to Side, which are, like I said, more Tame Impala vibes. This one is a little bit more Beatles inspired. All of the songs are growers, not showers. They all grow on you.
All right.
The more you listen to it, I think the more you appreciate it, especially with the lyrics when you find out what they
Do you
say.
like the Beatles?
I don't know. I think so. I've not gone out of my way to listen to them, though. But, like, I like whatever. If people play Beatles songs, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's good. But I don't.
I can't stand the Beatles hate.
Really?
There's so much Beatles hate. They got some excellent songs.
Yeah. So
Guitar Slowly Weep.
I feel like I
A
just
Day
need
in the
to.
Life. Help. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Those are
I need
really
to just
good
really
songs.
sit down and go through their discography and actually listen.
Yeah. But
That's all I got for the Crux.
that's probably
Good
time
stuff.
anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds like a pretty good album. I'm more of a rock guy, but if there's anyone out there that listens to
Well,
whatever
like I said, though,
genre that is,
yeah, like I said, I think this shies away from I think this shies away from the psychedelic rock and the synth pop stuff. There's still a little bit of synth in this. The other thing that I learned from this album is that Joe Keery knows how to make a banger outro. Every single one of these songs, even on Gap Tooth Smile, has a really,
it
really
doesn't
strong...
end on 29.
No, it doesn't end on 29.
Where does that fit in the song? I'm actually like intrigued.
Bridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to know his
Right
thought
before the
process
last chorus.
behind
But
that.
I think the outros for every single one of these songs is genius. Like, they all make me want more of the song after it ends, which is, I think, what a really good outro does.
There's a song called what's his name? I'm gonna try to find this real fast before we end. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. You know what? I'll think of it when we
you have it
close. I can't even think of the guy who makes it.
That's unfortunate. Bro is
Shut
hungry.
up, dude! I'm always hungry. You just keep yapping while I go through my playlist.
I'm always angry.
Age of Ultron. I'm kidding. Don't yell at me. I know that's the first one. Shut up. I'm not gonna find the song, but there's a song that I really like. The first minute 30, and then it just ends on just like instrumental, and it makes me so mad because I love the beginning of the song so much, and it just leaves me with like wanting more. And that's like sometimes not a good thing for me.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna
Interesting,
find
because
it.
Joe does that with a couple songs in Decide in 2020, where he has lyrics in the first half, and then the last half is just like a really strong outro, and I do want more of it, but it's good.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I'll find this nonsense to you, and then maybe we can talk about it next week if we have time.
Yeah.
I think music is always me like if we have time, we can talk about it.
I agree. We needed to. I think we could have planned a little bit better for this one, but Daredevil took up a large majority of the time.
Yes,
anyway.
100%. Also, we were supposed to do Minecraft originally, and because
Right.
I was gonna watch it, but I got really busy.
Chicken jockey.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I think I might enjoy it because of how stupid it is, and we're gonna like.
It's really stupid. We'll talk about it later.
I feel like because you watched the unfinished version.
No, I watched the finished version. I watched it in theaters.
Did you? I thought
Yeah.
you said you part.
No, I did, but we only had like 10 people in the theater, including a kid who didn't laugh at all.
I'm gonna laugh when Chicken Jockey comes on. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, we laughed at
The
Chicken Jockey
nether.
because it's a meme.
Sure.
And there's a couple other. There's like three moments in the movie where I laughed unironically. That's it.
All right. Well, I guess that's where we end. So this comes out Thursday. What day is that? That is the 1st.
Thursday's May 1st.
That's the first. It's the first of the month. First day of the month. I'm getting something. I'm not gonna say you know what it is. I'm getting something on Sunday or whenever we film. I'll show it on our pop culture for the next Thursday. I told you what I'm getting. May the 1st.
I don't remember it, so I'm excited.
You're a
to see
fake
it.
fan. All right, well, we're ending here. So
take us out, brother. Co-host.
Subscribe. Hit the bell. We need bell.
Ring the
Leave
bell.
a like. Also comment with our villains. Maybe we left out a villain that you think that is deserving top 5. We might have forgot. Especially Josh. He thought of no one.
Did you like Daredevil Born Again?
Yeah, did you?
Did you like the Crux if you
rate
listened to it?
So whatever. Just leave comments down below and we will see you next time.
Yep. And also look out for our Instagram and TikTok. We'll be interacting with fans and getting your thoughts on some topics for the coming weeks.
We're aiming for 750 subscribers.
750 subscribers.
In a month, in a
our
week.
goal.
5 weeks.
Yep.
We'll see. All right, well, see ya.
Bye-bye. Subscribe.